Good morning, good day, good evening. I am as always your host, Brody Robertson, and today should have been episode 89, but it's not. And there's a very good reason why it's not, and that's because we had some severe technical difficulties that don't seem to be cleaning up as I would like. I thought they were related to the Zen kernel, but they don't seem to be. It seems like I'm having just general recording issues. It seems like they are exacerbated on the Zen kernel, but there's still being issues here. So before I go too long down that tangent, I'm going to just show you what the original audio actually sounds like. Let's actually go see. So that should be this one.
Good morning, good day, good evening. I am as always your host, Brody Robertson, and today we are back for episode 89 of Tech of a Tea. And recently I have been heavily fueling
you can listen to it.
my Final Fantasy XIV addiction.
You can listen to it, but for whatever reason, I'm pitched down. I don't understand why. The audio's cutting for some reason, which doesn't make any sense. And all around, it's just not a good experience. I've also been having issues related to the Zen kernel and V4L2 loopback with my camera loopback, where it sometimes just doesn't work, but then other days it works. Like I will reboot my system and it's not working yet, but the next day it's working fine. I change literally nothing on my system and it just starts working, and I don't know why. So yeah, this week's episode is going to be missing. If people really want to listen to it, I guess I can upload it, but I'm gonna upload it with, like, you know, a very obvious title saying, like, do not listen to this, the audio is busted. But as it stands, I'm just not going to at all. I don't want to sit down and record another 2 hours of the podcast. I just do not feel like it after losing the entire recording. There are ways that I can avoid this in the future, and I'm going to be looking into some things as I go. One way I could try it is I could have as I'm recording, basically doing a private live stream and then download the live stream after it's finished. That's an option. Or an unlisted live stream. Unlisted makes it easier to download through YTDLP, for example. Like, you can do it through private. It's just more of a pain in the ass. Maybe I'll do that. What I'm thinking of doing, and what I'm probably going to do, at least for now, is record the podcast in segments. So I'll do 30-minute segments seems pretty sensible. And every time a segment is over, I will just cut them together, or glue them together, whatever, at the end of, or when I get into the editing process. That's probably what I'm going to do. That seems like the easiest thing to do. It sort of was only a matter of time before I finally got burned with something in my recording setup. I don't know why it happened now. As I said, I have my theories that it might be related to the Zen kernel, but I'm not certain. It's just that ever since I started using the Zen kernel, a lot of these OBS problems have sort of been cropping up, so I think that the Zen it's not consistently bad, but I think that the Zen kernel might just have some issues when it comes to, I've read this before, some issues when it comes to high I/O stuff, and recording video, well, that pretty much fits the bill for that. So I'm going to be doing my video on the Zen kernel. I'm still going to be doing that, but I'm probably going to just run the standard kernel from now on, just to avoid any extra problems that may arise from Zen. And yeah, that's my goal at this point. I'll do my gaming benchmarks, all of that sort of stuff, but I don't think I'm going to be running Zen going forward. Maybe I'll try out one of the other kernels or something like that, but yeah, I'm probably going to stick with the standard kernel. It seems like the only one that's consistently working well for what I'm doing. Maybe like the LTS kernel would be basically the same as well, but I don't think that like the benefits of Zen are really going to make sense. So like my idea is if I need to swap kernels to go and like get some extra performance from my game, and then when I do videos, I'm just going to use the standard kernel. At the end of the day, like you can argue all you want about, oh, you shouldn't be using it in like the first place. If I have to swap my kernels, I might as well just go play the game on Windows, because once it's installed, it's the exact same amount of effort to swap between a kernel and swap between an operating system. So, like, the game wasn't performing badly on the standard kernel anyway. I just wanted to see what it was going to be like running the Zen kernel, and from my experience, like, there's been a bit of a performance increase, but nothing where I can really justify sometimes videos just not getting recorded properly. Like, that's just not something I can really work with. So yeah, if you like okay, I know someone's going to take that out of context. If you like the Zen kernel and you want to use the Zen kernel, go ahead. I don't care what you want to use, that's fine. But these are legitimate issues that I am having that seem to be related to it, so I will be including them very prominently in my video, because this is one of the reasons why I'm using the Zen kernel, because I want to use it on my system that I also play games on. But the plan going forward is I'll probably redo episode 89 as like I'll just call it episode 89 again. That's what I'm probably going to do. Maybe 89.2 or something. I don't know, or 0.1, whatever. I'm going to call it something. Then going forward, we'll keep doing the new plan and hopefully not have any more drastic issues going forward. Otherwise, I guess I'm going to have to make another one of these videos. But I don't want to do that. Anyway, I ended up talking about some of the topics from the podcast on my gaming stream, so if you want to go watch those and get some of the stuff I would have talked about anyway, feel free to go check that out. Otherwise, just wait until next week and there will be another episode then. Hopefully, another episode then, unless something else drastically breaks, but I hope not. Otherwise, I'm going to have to come up with some sort of solution around it. But yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it for me. If I don't know, there's no way you can like this. If you want to see the audio podcast, it's always going to be available as an audio release wherever you can find podcasts, like Google Podcasts, iTunes, whatever else you wanted to use. There's a direct RSS feed as well. The video version is on YouTube and Odyssey. The main channel, Brody Robertson, I do Linux videos where I may be trashing the Zen kernel, and then the gaming channel is Brody Robertson Plays, where I live stream twice a week, upload about 5 or so YouTube shorts. So that's going to be pretty much it for me. I'm not going to drag this out any longer. So yeah, I'm going to get some lunch and enjoy your day. So, I'm out.